Day 11 was going to be a long day of driving. We are going to go through 4 different states, from Tennessee through Arkansas, Oklahoma to Texas. We started really early and we continued on. We crossed the Mississippi on a big bridge. You can kind of see the water over the edges. It's a really big river, but it was really interesting. Greg and I had never really been out this way, and it was a good day to get started. Good morning. We just crossed the border from Tennessee into Arkansas. We're stopping here. Not a lot to see because we're kind of at a hotel and truck stop. Yeah, it's Arkansas. It's early morning. There's some fields. It's been kind of flatter. We just crossed the Mississippi over a big bridge, and now we're just having a morning stop and walk around the dog. Yeah, okay. Pretty nice night. There was a few minutes of rain in the middle of the night, but nothing major, so the tent didn't get too wet or anything. Still Arkansas. We just had the sunrise, so I just wanted to show it's nice and shiny. Yeah. Shady truck stop, but really lovely sunrise. The other thing we're loving here is all the blue skies. California's still having fires. It's been over a month now of skies there, so just having blue and clouds has just been wonderful. Here's a little bit more of Arkansas. Big old truck making all that noise. Otherwise you can hear all the crickets. Yeah, not a lot. A lot of these stops. I just have to say those last 2 stops in Arkansas were both a little shady. We had some unpleasant people we met, at least one of them. Lots of wind and bugs. Arkansas on to Oklahoma. That's where we were going. Oklahoma, not that far from Arkansas. They also had a lot of bug noises there. So this day's drive home still had a lot of trees, but Virginia had a lot of woods and things right up next to it. This also had a lot more fields and farming. This is Greg out walking the dog and us just at one of the stops. In Oklahoma, yeah, it's still in Oklahoma. Lots of green and trees and open space and things we don't see a lot of in California. There was a lot of more open space in this area in Arkansas and Oklahoma, and we were getting into fields and all the hay barrels and just different places because it is fall and it's harvest, so there were some interesting things going on. And we crossed another large river as we went. Welcome still to Oklahoma, the middle of nowhere. It's very flat now. Oh, you can see the car behind me. There we are. No mountains, nothing, just lots of flat land. And now I found a new pastime at road stops. Here I'm trying to find a cricket and then chase it with the camera. It's probably completely pointless. Then we went through Oklahoma City, so we started seeing some more buildings for a little while. It was nice to see something that was a little different, but we also liked being out in the farmland too. And then it was back to very flat farmland for a long way, which was okay too. We're in Texas. It's nice and windy here. Kind of see my hair blowing. Yep. I guess you could look around. It's just a gas station. And Texas, nice and flat. Yeah, there we go. Texas was very flat and windy. We were in the north part of Texas. There was some farmland and things like that. And there were some interesting like ravines and things that we came across. But in general, it was pretty flat and windy. And all the windmills should have tipped us off to how the night was going to go. But yeah, little do we know. So we watched the sunset, and once it got dark, we pulled over in one of the small towns and found a campsite. And it ended up being a very windy night.